Okay, so we are back, and what we're going to do next is we're going to fix the eyes of our little minion here. The reason being is that I have seen some better reference images of their eyes from the side, and I also have seen a really cool display that they've had in the movie theaters for the new Minions movie, and they have full size 3D minions, and you can see all the detail up really close. And they have very flat eyes; they're almost perfectly flat, and that would actually make things a lot easier and would lower the chance of printing errors with the slight curvature and some of the space in between. So I want to do is I want to adjust the eyes back for that. So let's delete our eye. Okay. Then we're going to use our work plane tool, make things a little easier. I'm going to drag that over onto this flat surface on the rim of his goggles, and that'll create the work plane there. And I'm going to go up to our community tab under shape generators, and I'm going to get our cylinder quarter tool. So this gives us a lot more control, and it'll make things easier when we have to make the iris and the pupil for his eyes. So first thing we want to do is go to full, and then let's drop his radius down to 4. And the height down to 5. Let's drop the radius, still looks big, so let's go to 3. Okay, now let's roughly place it with our arrow key. Now I'm going to push the cylinder in just a little more. And I'm just going to lower it down a little bit. So it's still a little big. So let's go up to 4 again. And let's try to place that better. So I'm going to go down to 0.25 on the snap grid, and I'm using the arrow key on the keyboard. So it's aligned pretty well. It's a little too big, so let's go to 4.5. Oh, so that's a little too. So that's a little too big, so let's go down to 3.5. Uh-oh. There we go. Forgot to hit the enter. 3.5. Enter. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to turn it to white. Okay. So now we're going to select it, going to hit duplicate, and we're going to go down to 2. On the radii. And let's make the height 6. And that, it did, it popped it forward, good. So that's a little too far. So let's go to, on the height, let's go to 5.5. Okay. And let's turn that color to brown. And then let's make another duplicate, edit, duplicate. All right, so let's go to edit, duplicate. Okay, now let's make this 6 on the height. Let's change the color to black. And then let's make the radii 1. Looks pretty good. I want that a little smaller. So let's go to gonna go to 1.7. There we go. And let's look at our reference. I'm going to try to make the pupil smaller. So go 0.5. 0.5. There we go. I think that feels better. This could be smaller too, so let's just go to 1.5. It's constantly tweaking, trying to get things the way we want them. Okay. You can make that 1. Just do 1. There. Okay, we look at our reference. Be a little bigger. Let's do 1.2. All right. Okay. And I'm going to move this down and in, or in, closer to the eye. There, like that. And I'm going to do the same with the pupil. There we go. There. And the great thing about this is we can just duplicate this and slide it over. But first, I want to turn this clear and just see how far this goes. So good. So what I'm looking for is I want to make sure this fills up this volume, so there aren't any gaps in there that could cause issues for 3D printing, and it's doing that perfectly. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to select the eye and shift select the pupil and the iris. I'm going to group those and go under color, multicolor. Alright, and then I'm going to select this eye and I'm going to delete it. And select this eye group again, and I'm going to duplicate it, edit, duplicate, and we're going to switch back to 1 on the edit grid, and I'm going to use the arrow key and I'm going to slide that over. And I'm just going to see how that looks. See if it feels aligned. And let's turn this back to gray. There. That looks even better. Let's drag our plane down onto the ground. And he looks much cooler. Okay, so I just want to change these color. It's a little too light brown. And let's make this actually you have to ungroup these. So ungroup, then select this, go dark brown. It's a little too dark. So let's go to custom and let's just lighten it up a little bit. See how that looks. Still a little dark. And there you go. Switch it more to a lighter brown. Okay, that feels good. And I'm just going to get the numbers. So 222, 46, and 11 RGB. And first we ungroup this, then select I and 222. And then 11. So it's a very finicky control. So just try to keep your highlighter there inside that little square. All right, and what was the other number for that? 46 and 11. Got it. Wrong direction. (46) and 11. Wow, that is really picky. 11. There we go. Shift select and group multicolor and do the same for this. Shift select, shift group multicolor. All right. So now we got our eyes fixed. We will move on to doing some last minute fixes and tweaks on our little minion. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.